Today's lesson is on digital sensors. So digital sensors include the screens of ATMs. It also includes the screens of your smartphones and so on. Okay, digital cameras, you name it. Now, digital sensors or screens, touch screens, can be divided into two. We have got the resistive screens as well as the capacitive screens. So the principle on how the resistive screens work is a principle of conduction. So conductivity of electricity is the principle on how digital screens function, the resistive digital screens. Okay, now let's look at this principle. The resistive screens are made of two plates. So there is plate number 1, which I have labeled here, and there is plate number 2. And these two plates are separated by a dielectric insulator. So this is a dielectric insulator. This kind of an insulator, upon being compressed, it gives in and allows the passage of electricity. It is not 100% insulating material. So if you press it in, it will allow electricity to flow through. But when it is not pressed in, it is an insulator. Electricity will not flow. So these two plates are charged with electric current, with small electric current. There it is in red. Now, this is U. When you press one side of the plate, it gives in, and the dielectric insulator will allow electricity to flow from plate number 2 to plate number 1. Now, that's the principle how it works. Now, around the screen, there are different letters and numbers that are around the screen. For example, the screen of an ATM, it will be displaying many sections: withdraw money, deposit money, get a bank statement, and so on. So every of that statement has got a particular location on the screen. So when you press, the screen is able to sense the area where you have pressed, and then there is going to be a flow of current from plate number 2 to plate number 1. So this is the inside of our ATM, like that. Okay, so this is the inside of the ATM. So when you press from outside here, it senses that you want to withdraw money, and then it sends the signals inside for processing. That's the principle of how a resistive screen works. So you must remember that a dielectric insulator is like a semi-insulator. It allows electricity to flow through it when a force is applied. Now let's look at the capacitive screens, how they function. So the capacitive screens are found like in our smartphones. So the capacitive screens does not have a number of plates like in the resistive screens. There is only one plate. This one plate, it has got like a thin film of copper sheet that is attached to it. So let's say this is the cross section of your screen, right? So this thin copper sheet is the one that I indicated in green there. So now, this thin copper sheet, it has electric current in it, and our fingers also have electric current. So to make sense, let's say the electric current on the copper sheet, let's say it is negative, and the electric current on your finger, let us say it is positive, right? So when you touch the screen of your phone, you complete the circuit. In other words, there is going to be circulation of electricity. Then you have completed the circuit. So now the touch screen is able to send messages to the CPU of the phone to say, this is the command that I have been given. That's how capacitive touch screens work. The reason why when you are wearing like woolen gloves or the ordinary gloves that we know, your touch screen won't work if you touch the screen of your phone while you are wearing gloves. The touch screen, it won't work because the material of the gloves does not conduct electricity. So they don't allow the passage of electricity. So the screen is not going to work. Anything that conducts electricity will make the touch screen of your smartphone to work.